A lady sausage.
I thought it was going to be a guy.
The thing about sausages is they're a combination of a little bit of everything. And I guess you could say the same about me.
Maybe she does a bit of everything. Acting, singing.
With my chips and my newspaper wrapping, I might look a bit of a tomboy, but I really am a girly girl. I love a bit of glam, but that doesn't mean I can't have fun. And to be honest, I'm a bit of a silly sausage. I just want to have a laugh.
Because it's on the coast, it could be a chef.
Yes.
And tonight, I'm singing a real banger.
I love chips.
What about curry sauce and chips?
Yum. Delicious.
When I heard that sound, when the walls came down, I was thinking about you. When my skin was cold and my breath turned cold, I'll be thinking about you.
Wow.
About you. Seconds from my heart, bullet from the dark. Hopeless, I surrender, shackled by your love. Holding me like this, with poison on your lips.
Do you recognise the voice? I don't recognise it. It's a singer, right? Yeah, it's a
so
singer.
hard. It was almost love. It was almost love. It was almost love. It was almost love. When I heard that sound, when the walls came down, I was thinking about you. About you. When my skin goes cold and my breath turns cold, I'll be thinking about you. About you. When I run out of air to breathe, it's your ghost I see. I've been thinking about you. I'm thinking about you.
Who is that?
It was almost love. It was almost love. It was almost love. It was almost love.
Oh, that was so good! Mo, what did you think?
Sausage. You came on The Masked Singer and you just gave us an absolute banger. Don't you guys think so, ladies and gentlemen?
Amazing.
Wow. Well, even when I looked at the clues, I wasn't really getting anything. I knew it was a female, got the tomboy reference. I thought it could be one of my friends. I was thinking it might be Maya Jama, possibly.
Oh.
But the voice, oh my gosh, I'm absolutely bamboozled.
Oh, wow. Davina.
You've got an absolutely stunning voice, but I don't think that's all you can do. I think that you can act. I think you do everything. So I was thinking Billy Piper. There's the Billy's Cafe. So I thought possibly that.
Wow. Rita.
Yeah.
I am thinking we have an absolute professional singer
Beautiful,
vocalist.
right?
I'm thinking someone who is down for a laugh, someone that I think is kind of young, actually.
Yeah.
I think he might be Ella Henderson.
Ella Henderson.
Yeah.
Because she's also a bit of a tomboy and up for a laugh. But then I thought on the menu it says All About That Place. And there's a famous song called All About That Bass. I guess Meghan Trainor was another thing I had in my mind. Then I thought maybe Stacey Solomon,
Oh, wow.
who's an amazing vocalist.
She could definitely sing, yeah. Jonathan.
You were talking about your favourite thing with chips, weren't you, Mo?
Curry sauce.
Curry sauce.
Curry sauce.
Curry. Then I was thinking, food.
Where are you going with this?
Edwina Curry, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you're a tough crowd.
Never as an audience booed Jonathan before.
Give me the clue.
Yeah, let's have a clue.
My performances are something of a balancing act.
My performances are something of a balancing act.
A balancing act.
Balancing act.
Could it be someone with kids and they've got to balance the homework balance? Could it be that? Or could it be Edwina Curry, ladies and gentlemen, who, as you know, is a tightrope walker in her spare time?
Well, it's a cliffhanger for this banger, and we'll only find out who they are when the mask comes off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sausage, everyone!
Whoever it is like, you're not gonna get it.
Our panel thinks Sausage is one of these 4 celebrities. Who do you think is beneath the banger?
Oh my god, it was totally amazing. I loved it so much. Those guesses were way off the mark. Or maybe I'm telling porkies. Okay, let me catch up on my last performance.
When I heard that sound, when the walls came down, I was thinking about you.
Wow, what a great response! I'm overwhelmed because honestly, I'm just a regular old sausage.
I've been thinking about you. I'm thinking about you.
Who is that?
The panel tried really hard to get the scoop on who I am.
My jammer.
Billy Piper.
Stacey Solomon.
Edwina Curry.
This sausage has certainly put the panel in a pickle, and I'm relishing every moment. The thing with sausages is that they can be gourmet or they can be no nonsense. And I'm definitely a bit of the latter.
I feel like this could be someone from Essex.
I don't mind speaking my mind and following my own path. But ultimately, I love a bit of a simple life.
Lunchbox or toolbox?
I don't need a glam party. I'm very happy with a couple of beers and a bag of potato snacks.
2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps.
I'm equally at ease with a night in at home. You'll most likely find me with a hammer and a set of nails, because I do love a bit of DIY.
DIY, maybe it's Carol Smiley.
Tonight, I am going to sizzle as I serve up another tasty treat.
I like Sausage's jeans.
And I am telling you, I'm not going, 'cause you're the best man I'll ever know, and there's no way I could ever go, darling, there's no way. Wow! No way I'm living without you.
That's a professional singer, isn't it, Rita?
I'm not living without you, not living without you. There's no way, there's no way.
Yes, Sausage.
You're the best man I'll ever know. There's no way I could ever go, darling. There's no way. No way. I'm living without you. I'm not living without you. Living without you. I wanna be free. I'm staying.
Wow.
I'm staying. And you, and you, and you.
Go on, Sausage.
You're gonna
Epic. That was epic.
That was outrageous.
I gotta stand up for that one, boy.
Sausage, everybody!
Sausage.
That blew my mind. What a performance. Mo, I'm going to come to you first.
Do you know how sick that was? Like Sausage, I lost myself. I forgot what I had to do, that I had to be discovering who you was. That's a sausage, bruv.
Who do you think is under the sausage, though, Mo?
I think I have it.
Oh.
Okay. There was a mention of a bag of potato snacks. We all remember the TV program, 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps.
Yeah.
That could be Sheridan Smith.
A lot of the audience agreeing. Davida.
That was extraordinary.
So
I mean, I was covered in goosebumps. What a start to the show. I was thinking Stacey Dooley until you opened your mouth, and then I thought, well, there's no way that's Stacey Dooley. And the hammer clue, the
Yes,
only person that I know that's quite tall is AJ Adudu. She does an interiors page on her Instagram account, but then again, you sang, I think you're a professional singer, I just got no idea who you are. But you are knockout. I hope we see you in this competition for a long time. Amazing.
Rita.
You have some pipes on you, girl. I thought maybe it's someone who does interior shows but actually has a killer voice that no one knows about.
Yeah.
So she does location, location, location. Her name is Kirsty.
Kirsty Allsop.
But I have no idea if she's got pipes like that.
I would be amazed if Sausage was not a professional singer with a voice like that.
Insane.
I've been to see Dreamgirls about 5 or 6 times. That is the song in that musical. And I've heard a lot of people do it over the years. Jennifer Hudson played that role in the movie. Could it be Jennifer Hudson in there? I don't know. I know a lot.
Yeah.
I was also thinking, going the DIY route that you did, could it be Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen? I think a lot of you would probably agree with me on that. But I want some more clues, frankly, Joel.
Right, let's get some extra clues in a game we like to call 2 Lies and a Truth. This is where our celebrities tell 2 lies and 1 truth, like when you ask Jonathan, Davina and Rita how old they are. I'll leave Mo to work that one out. Right, Sausage, give us your first clue.
My hair colour is officially certified by law.
What is that voice?
Give us your second one, Sausage.
Someone once said, I look like a pop star, I sound like a pop star, and I am a pop star.
Do you want the third clue?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I owe my career to a horse.
Has it helped at all, the 2 lies and a truth?
One of the clues has made me 100% certain. And the first clue said, my hair colour is officially certified by law. If, for example, that person's hair was blonde, they would be legally blonde.
Oh!
Sheridan Smith starred on stage in the West End in Legally Blonde. It's Sheridan Smith, I bet you 100%. All day long.
Oh, Jonathan.
I betcha.
I never am going to underestimate you again.
I said it first.
You did say it
Mo,
first.
I'm so sorry.
Don't underestimate him. Don't underestimate me.
I'm so sorry.
He took it from me.
I didn't take it from you, Mo. Mo Gilligan.
I
Mo
think that you
Gilligan.
guys should fight.
Look, I'll share some of the credit with Mo, but come on, I cracked the tough clue.
I think it's Sheridan Smith.
Rita's changed her tune.
Thank you.
We'll only find out who's sizzling inside Sausage when the mask comes off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sausage! So good.
That was amazing.
Have our panel guessed who our sizzling singer is? Who do you think is behind the mask?
Am I a professional singer? Can't tell you that, but I'm a professional secret keeper.
First to perform, it's Sausage, everybody.
Sausage!
Good luck.
Go on, Sausage! You got this.
Go on, Sausage.
I love sausage.
I often tell myself that we could be more than just friends. I know you think that if we move too soon, it would all end. I live in misery when you're not around.
Yes!
And I won't be satisfied till we're taking those vows. There'll be some love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking love, yeah.
sausage, everybody! Love that walk.
Sausage is killing it.
Sausage ain't playing around, you know.
In my last performance, oh my God, I loved it. I was so nervous. I was quaking in my little sausage boots.
Could it be Jennifer Hudson in there?
Billy Piper.
Stacey Solomon.
That could be Sheridan Smith.
No, are the panel closed, are they? Oh, they might be. The joy of this mask is that you're totally trying to guess what I look like.
Big character.
I think it's someone who has kids.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. Someone once said I look like a horse.
I just feel like this is a professional singer.
Yeah.
I do enjoy hiding my face behind this mask. Although it's not the first time I've made sure you can't see my face in my work.
So she's worn disguises.
Or maybe they've done animated cartoons.
Tonight, the chips are down, and I'm just hoping I can cut the mustard.
We should all look at what she's got written on the paper.
The headlines change every week.
Every week.
I don't know where my baby is, but I sure am gonna find her.
Yes!
Been around the world tonight, I can't find my baby. I don't know when, I don't know why he's gone away, and I don't know where he can be. My baby, I'm gonna find him.
Woo! Who is Sausage?
We had a quarrel, and I let myself go. I said so many things he didn't know, and I was oh so bad. I don't think he's coming back, coming back.
Sing it, Sausage!
I did too much lying, I wasted too much time. Now I'm here and crying. I've been around the world and I can't find my baby. I don't know when, I don't know why he's gone away. I don't know where he can be. My baby, I'm gonna find him. Been around the world, looking for my baby. I've been everywhere, and I'm gonna find him. Oh, I've been around the world, and
Give it up for sausage, everybody! That voice in there is incredible.
It's so crazy.
Mo, I'll come to you first.
Oh my gosh, I feel that you're someone from the 90s. You've got this 90s twang. I also seen the VT and they said sizzle. So when you think of sizzle, you think of something fiery, right? What's fiery? Latin America, yeah? So who I'm thinking that's Latin American, 90s, Gloria Estefan. How about that?
Hey!
How about that?
If Gloria Estefan could put on that accent.
She's been to Chigwell, trust me, she knows.
I thought you were going to say Ricky Martin.
Davina, who do you think it is?
Sausage, your personality is so great. But I wonder, this is like all ties in with the mask that you have to wear. I'm wondering whether it's somebody who is a singer who's constantly hidden themselves from us with the most extraordinary voice, and that's Sia.
Oh. Who do you think it is, Jonathan?
But I tell you, I've got a guess now, and I want you to just think for a second now, OK? Don't judge me too harshly and consider this idea, because at first you might think it's strange, but when you think about it, it will make perfect sense.
It won't.
okay?
Do it.
Yes. Person said, you know, I've been compared to looking like a horse. The only singer I know who'd ever said that to me about herself, when I interviewed Celine Dion.
Oh. Rita, who do you think it is?
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my original guess. It's Stacey Solomon.
What about the song? Did it give anyone a clue with the song?
If you look at the clue in the name, being around the world and I, what does Sia try and hide? Her eyes with the fringe. Come on, guys, man. You're not looking at the clues, man.
Well, we won't get a butcher's at who's inside the meat until the mask comes off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's sausage!
Yes, sausage!
Go on, sausage.
Have the panel sussed out sausage? Who do you think is behind the mask?
The panel are just throwing out ideas left, right, and centre. Stacey, Solomon, Sia. I mean, do they even know what they're doing? I am really relishing keeping my identity hidden.
It's Stacey Solomon.
Gloria Estefan.
Celine Dion.
Sia.
Someone might have already said my name in the competition, but I'm not prepared to reveal my source. Just like certain types of art, sausages are universal.
That's Blackpool.
Is there a Blackpool connection then?
Strictly.
Think about it. It doesn't matter where you go. Every country has their own version. There's chorizo, bratwurst, snags, wieners, and I'm very lucky to have travelled to see some of these places.
Maybe she has worldwide success.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That doesn't mean I've done it in style, though. Oh no, I don't need luxury. Give me a camper van anytime. I'll sleep anywhere.
Sleep anywhere.
It's someone very bouncy.
Travel is one of my favourite things. It helps me to feel young at heart.
Young at heart. Maybe it's an older person.
Hopefully tonight, we will see this sausage roll on to the next round.
Panel haven't got a sausage. Have you seen the writing?
First I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking of how you did me wrong. And I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. And now you're back from my face. You just walked in to find you there with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I'd known just for 1 second, you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, no. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I got all my love to live. I got all my love to give. I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to break me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Yes, I will survive. Yes, I know I'll stay alive. Yes, I will survive. Oh, I will survive.
Give up the sausage, everybody! Oh, Davina, I'm going to come to you first.
I just can't handle it.
It's so good.
It's so good. So good. You just make me so happy. The clues and everything was pointing. Blackpool, you've travelled the world. You're strong. You're an independent woman. I've been talking about Stacey Dooley. So that's my guess.
Oh. Mo, what are you thinking?
That was so good, you know. That was so good. I feel like going out right now. I thought you could be someone young because the accent is a bit Essex. So I'm thinking possibly it could be someone like Pixie Lott. Great range.
Yeah.
She's a very good singer.
Alan.
Oh, that was such amazing performance. People in the future are going to say, where were you when you first saw Sausage? I know who it is.
What?
All right, Alan.
No. Cracking voice.
Okay.
Yes.
A friend of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Adele.
Oh.
Fun, cockney, she's lost a lot of weight, wants to look sexy. You can't get sexier than a sausage.
Rita, who do you think it is?
For weeks I've been saying someone who has a big personality. She started off on a singing competition show. So I'm going to stay with Stacey Solomon. Yeah.
Stacey Solomon's a good
She's
chat.
fun, isn't she?
Jonathan, what do you think, my friend?
I recognise the voice. I think she either lives in or near Blackpool. I'm going to go back to my early guess. I think it is, and if you've heard her sing, you know how amazing she is.
Yeah.
Sheridan Smith, ladies and gentlemen. That's who I think is Inside Sausage.
Right, guys, do you want some clues?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm afraid we've turned to breaking and entering. Here's what we saw.
What was in there? Flowers, a bar, a light.
What is that? There's
Candles.
two masks.
Masks.
Actress.
What are the masks?
Phantom of the Opera.
Spiritual
A
person.
mystic, a kind of crystal ball for telling the future.
Ooh.
Is it Joe Malone?
Maybe it could be Mystic Meg.
There's a name we hadn't heard for 37 years.
We'll only get to chew the fat with the celeb in the sausage when the mask comes off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sausage!
Sheridan. I think it's Sheridan.
The panel have chipped in with their guesses, but who do you think is behind the mask?
Oh, I do love the panel. They still think I'm Stacey Solomon. Or maybe I am. In my last performance, I sung I Will Survive, and I did.
Stacey Dooley.
Pixie Lott.
Stacey Solomon.
Sheridan Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
They know I'm a funny girl, but do they know who I really am? Sausages aren't often the subject of fairy tales, but maybe that's about to change.
Sausage fairy tale.
Because this little sausage has some tales to tell.
Blackpool.
Again, that's Blackpool Tower.
I could tell you about the time I snagged myself a king,
Dragon. So it could be someone that's Welsh.
or how I was once on the menu for a princess.
On the menu.
I could tell you about the time I've duked it out, but then I'd also have to tell you that I'm not a fighter. I'm a true romantic though, and I guess one of my favourite tales was seeing some very important people get to say, for better or worse.
VIPs.
Tonight's the semi-final, and I'm hoping it won't be the end of this sausages story.
Oh my God, the hair is amazing. That is new.
It has to be a clue.
Tired of the foolish, going to your shoulders off, keep it on moving. Yes, Lord, step into some new kicks in there, swim wet, going to the pool quick. Come on now, dry your eyes. You know you a star, you can touch the sky. I know that it's hard, but you got to try. If you need advice, let me simplify. If he don't love you anymore, then walk your front step out the door. I do my head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? I do my head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Baby, how are you feeling? Woo, girl, kick off your shoes. Got to take a deep breath, time to focus on you. Big fights, long nights that you've been through. I got a bottle of tequila, it's waiting for you. Boss up and change your life. You can have it all, no sacrifice. I know we did you wrong, we can make it right. Come on, let it all hang out tonight. We don't love you. If we don't love you, then walk yourself out the door. I do my head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? I do my head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? I do my head toss, check my nails. Baby, how are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Oh, are you feeling good? Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes! Yes, Queen!
Sausage, everybody! Davina.
She just makes me so happy. The clues today with big royal connections. Who performed at William and Kate's wedding? You're blonde. It could be Ellie Goulding.
Go with Ellie Goulding. A new name in the box. Matt.
It was a very good vocal performance. Look at me, I sound like Simon Cowell. It was a very good vocal performance. But there was a mention of snagging myself a king, I think with a Cockney accent, and if you went for the King of the Jungle and that was Joe Swash, you might say that was Stacey Solomon.
Thank you so much. I rest my case.
Good guess. I think it's a good guess.
Joe Swash literally cemented what I've been saying, so I'm going to stick with Stacey Solomon.
Stacey Solomon.
Yeah.
2 for Stacey there.
Yeah.
Jonathan, who do you think it is?
But there's one name I've been saying more or less since the beginning of this competition because so many of the clues made me think it was her. She was on stage in Legally Blonde. She mentioned Funny Girl in that. She's been on stage doing Funny Girl, Sheridan Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
A lot of the audience agreeing. Mo?
I did say Sheridan Smiths, but they're being stolen, as you do, because I'm the new guy. So, Pixie Lott. The blonde hair, Legally Blonde,
Yep.
can really hit those notes as well.
No.
No? See? Stolen and disrespected, ladies and gentlemen. You see what happens on this show?
For crying out loud, who's inside Sausage? We'll only find out when the mask comes off. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sausage.
Love you!
Love Sausage.
Think you and me all right? We have cracked it.
Do you think it's time for Matt and Rita to crack out the cocktail sausages? Who do you think's behind the mask?
There's nothing silly about this sausage. My identity ain't been revealed just yet.
There's just one celebrity left to sing, and they're hungry for a place in the final. And we're hungry for them. It's Sausage.
Yes.
Come on, sausage!
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, and we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out. Move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, and I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, all we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other, and we'll rise up, rise like the waves, we'll rise up, we'll rise unafraid, and we'll rise up, we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you.
Jonathan.
And what a great performance. You can shake your chipolata at me as much... That sounds wrong, doesn't it? No, I didn't mean that. Anyway, but you know what? I am now convinced, and following my other panelists here, it's Stacey Solomon. I'm convinced.
Rita.
I'm gonna say Stacey Solomon, but now I'm like, are you Stacey Solomon? I don't know. I'm very confused right now.
Matt.
I'm just thinking about how extraordinary your voice is. Leona Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's a good one.
But whoever you are, don't ever let anyone eat you, because you are brilliant.
Davina.
I thought Ellie Goulding earlier. I'm going to stick with that, but that was extraordinary.
Yeah.
Mo.
I am bamboozled. It could be Kelly Bryan. She's in Eternal. She's an actress in Hollyoaks. But I'm throwing my pen away because I have no idea who that is.
So who's sandwiched inside sausage? We'll only find out when the mask comes off. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sausage. That was beautiful. After that grilling, have the panel sussed out who's under the sausage skin. Who do you think it is?
The more I listen to this panel, the more I laugh. They're just so funny. I just hope I get to the final so I can laugh a little bit more.
I do my head toss, check my nails.
Oh, come on, this is a banger.
In the semi-finals, this sausage was smoking.
Baby, how you feeling?
Ellie Goulding.
Stacey Solomon.
Sheridan Smith.
Pixie Lott.
Tonight, they'll finally get to meet the singer behind the sausage.
Are you feeling good?
Well, here we are. It's the last stop on the tour.
Oh, YouTube.
Could be a YouTuber.
But it's time to confess. I might be a sausage, but I'm entirely plant-based. I've not lied to you. The clues have been there all along.
Vegan.
Yeah, or veggie.
Well, then maybe it's Leona Lewis.
Oh, that's a good one.
But I wanted to play the game and have fun. Don't think that I'm a villain. Although, I have been in the past.
She's played someone in the past.
Tonight, I'm going to channel some good vibes and give you some final food for thought.
It's actually made me feel for some popcorn.
It's someone funny then.
Clocks light upon the hour, and the sun begins to fade. There's still enough time to figure out how to chase my blues away. I've done right up till now. It's the light of day that shows me how. When the night falls, my lonely heart calls. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna be lucky with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with
salami. Davina.
I love you so much. Every week you just make me feel so happy. You start singing and I hear a professional singer. Could it be Ellie Goulding? I know that Ellie was a real tomboy.
Mo, I'm going to come to you next.
Sausage, you're so good. And it's so hard because every time I think I get close, I'm telling you, I'm at home and I'm still trying to figure it out. But one clue linked me today. You said the whole thing about being plant-based. And there was one name that it brought me back to, and that was Pixie Lott. And she was also in Strictly Come Dancing as well.
What do you think, Jonathan?
Wasn't that just an amazing performance? That was the best. It really was.
So good.
So good, wasn't it? I'm going to go back to my early guess, because I know she's an amazing singer. I do think it's Sheridan Smith, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that's a good guess.
Nicola.
I think the vegan thing, the veggie thing, someone who is environmentally friendly, there's a humbleness to you that really comes out, and I think just the rhythm of how you speak in the VT and then your voice. Stacey Solomon has an incredible voice.
It does move like Stacey, playful like that.
I always said Stacey Solomon from the get-go. But now I think I'm going to change my mind now on the final.
Oh.
You said vegan, and someone that I know who's a very popular, proud vegan, someone who has an astonishing voice, and I'm actually going to say Leona Lewis.
The audience really agree with that. Do you want a clue?
Yes.
Oh, Sausage, what is your one final clue?
I've won an award that sounds like it's Hammy.
She's laughing inside. Sausage, what does that mean?
Grammy, a Grammy.
Oh my God, she's won a Grammy.
Do you know who I said, right?
Mo.
Some of these clues, I think Blackpool could be throwing us off. And one name that kind of came to me was Jennifer Hudson.
Yes.
Hammy, she's won a Grammy.
I know there's a farming award, the Jammy, for the best homemade jam. And Sheridan's got some fruit trees in her garden. She might make a great plum jam. She might want a jammy.
Guys, well, we'll only be looking at who's in there cooking when the mask comes off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sausage.
I love Sausage so much.
What a performance tonight. That was amazing.
So Stacey.
The panel think our award-winning Sausage is one of these celebrities. Who do you think is behind the mask?
I can't believe I'm in the final. But are the panel close to guessing me? We'll have to wait and see. It feels so exciting to be in the final. I just really can't believe I'm here.
When I heard that
That's a sausage, bro.
Sausage embodies what I love about The Masked Singer. She's bringing her character to life.
It's the most silliest costume, but one of the most incredible voices.
You have some pipes on you, girl. Sausage is so good. I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Sausage in particular has confused me.
I have no idea who that is.
I think Sausage's clues have been hard because some of them make you think absolutely you've got it. And then there'll be another clue next week which you think, no. It could be Edwina Cowie, ladies and gentlemen.
It's so exciting that the panel haven't guessed me yet.
It's Stacey Solomon.
Ellie Goulding.
Pixie Lott.
Sheridan Smith.
I'm so looking forward to seeing their faces when I unmask. If I won tonight, it would make my Masked Singer experience complete. But I will always remember how much fun I've had being the Sausage.
I love you so much.
Yeah, man!
Yes, Sausage!
Go on, Sausage.
you're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter but I see you and we gon' walk it out. Ooh, mountain, and I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, and I'll rise up. I'll do it 1,000 times again for you.
So beautiful. Rita, I'm going to come to you first.
Wow, what a voice. That's the reason why you're in the final. It's such a strong voice. Right, so I'm going to go with Hammy, your clue as Grammy. And, you know, Leon Lewis won a Grammy. So I think I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to say Leon Lewis.
A lot of the audience agree. Jonathan.
Amazing performance, amazing song, but you really took it to the next level. I think all the Blackpool clues, and there was the Legally Blonde clue, so I'm going to stick with my guess, one of the best vocalists in the UK, Sheridan Smith, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I think it is.
Davina.
I think you are a big star. And I had this idea about a female singer. This singer is American. She's very feisty. She can sing like you wouldn't believe. And I'm talking about Fergie.
Yeah.
Okay. Throw a new name in the mix, Mo.
The notes that person is singing is like creme de la creme, Viennetta on a Sunday night. It's really good stuff, bro. Oh, man. Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah.
Could be Jennifer.
Finally, Nicola.
That just floored me. That was incredible. Literally, I had goosebumps. There was inflections in your voice then that sounded like Demi Lovato.
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
Where I felt like, oh my gosh, could it actually be Demi?
So who's the celeb inside Sausage stringing us along? We'll only find out when the mask comes off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sausage!
Sausage has stumped us.
I want to go out with Sausage on a night out.
Our string of Sausage songs is over, but have you finally worked out who's under the sausage skin?
I'm in the final two! How amazing! Whatever happens, I've had the time of my life and I will never, ever forget this.
The results are in... And I can reveal that the winner of the Masked Singer 2021 is... It's Sausage! Sausage, congratulations! You will be removing your mask very soon. Well done. Off you go and prepare yourself for your final performance. Sausage, everyone! Are you ready? ready to find out the identity of your winning Masked Singer?
Yes!
Please welcome back to the stage, Sausage! Centre stage, where you deserve to be. Lovely stuff.
Yes, sausage.
So, Sausage is our winner, and finally, it's time to reveal their identity. But first, for the final time, panel, who is behind the mask?
Oh, what a pleasure it has been watching you. And I think I'm going to go back to Beverly Knight. Incredible singer, man.
I know whoever that is, they are a huge superstar. I'm going to stick with Fergie.
I'm actually feel emotional because I know what winning actually means. So I'm still torn between Demi Lovato and Stacey Solomon. I think it's Stacey Solomon.
Gonna go with Stacey Solomon. Rita Ora.
I've said week after week Stacey Solomon, but I'm going to change my mind at the end, and I'm just going to go with Leona Lewis. And if you are Stacey, I'm going to be so upset.
Jonathan.
Sheridan Smith, that is, gentlemen. That's who I think it is.
Wow. It's so exciting. Well, let's see if any of you are right. It's time to find out the identity of our Masked Singer champion, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
Sausage, who's behind the mask? Take
it off!
Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off!
Oh my God.
Take it off! Take it off!
Oh my God.
Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Take it off! Yes! It's Joss Stone! Oh my God! It's Grammy and Brit Award winner, Joss Stone!
Hello, lovelies.
Oh my gosh, man.
He fooled us all. And you know what's so annoying is, I think I guessed Joss Stone for someone else earlier. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm an
It was
idiot.
the walk. I think the walk put you off.
Why did you choose to be Sausage?
Who doesn't love sausage and chips?
You can't really hear it over there, but I could just hear you laughing in the costume all the time. I feel like you have your own little party inside a sausage.
I'm dressing the sausage. I mean, what are you going to do but laugh?
It's so amazing how you can sing like that and then just be
Yeah.
that much of a lols and like joke around like that.
Was it fun that we couldn't guess?
Oh, yes, so fun.
And some of the clues make sense now because you were at the last royal wedding, weren't you?
Yeah.
So there's a connection with the royal family there because you're friends.
But why do the Masked Singer?
Why not? Life can be too serious.
Yes,
Yeah.
We should just dress up in chips and sausage and have a sing-song.
And it's so mad to think that you've been doing this entire show whilst heavily pregnant.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Wait, what?
We've got a sausage and a chipolata out there right now.
Honestly, Joss, we've enjoyed having you so much on this show.
So good, man.
This has been the funniest, most hilarious job I have ever had.
Oh, yeah.
I've laughed so much. I've laughed so
And
much.
you're the winner.
I can't believe it! I feel like I've won the world.
Give it up for your winner, Joss Stone, everybody! What a series for behind-the-scenes exclusives, including a chat with our unmasked celebrities. Head over to The Hub, where you can catch The Masked Singer Unmasked with Will Njovu. Here, with the final performance of the series, Unmasked at last, your winner, Joss Stone, everybody!
You're broken down and tired, living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter. I see it in you, and we gon' walk it out. Move mountain, and I'll rise up. I'll rise like a day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid, and I'll rise up. I'll do it 1,000 times a day for you, for you, for you, for you. for that we have each other, and for that we have each other now. We'll rise up, we'll rise like the wave, we'll rise up, we'll rise unafraid, and we'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. God, what a funny show!